Hey, welcome in everyone to Flying with Mike. We are at Lake Havasu, California. Uh, I believe this town is known for having the London Bridge rebuilt here. I don't know the whole story, but there's something along those lines that's here. Don't know why, because I know it's still in London. So I don't know the whole if, ands, what's, or any of that about it. But yeah, we're in Lake Havasu. And we're going to fly real world FedEx flight, granted a few hours out of schedule, to Phoenix. Currently, the weather looks pretty doggone good. We'll find out here in a second. The chariot in front of us, the Super Cargomaster Cessna 208 Caravan, will be the animal taking us there. It's going to be a Speedy Gonzales. Yeah, right. But it'll be fun. Great scenery along the way. Currently, like I said, the weather looks pretty good. Twitch folks, thank you for holding tight with us. We appreciate you. We're going to do something a little different here. We're going to actually build the flight up in Sim Toolkit. Now, you know what? I forgot to start two tools. Stand by. One of them being Sim Toolkit. Shame on me. Stuff like that never happens here. Come on. So again, I want to welcome you in. What a day of flying we've had. The Twitch folks know about it. Just did a great 3-hour flight from O'Hare to Fort Lauderdale. Would have been better if we could have seen the tropical storm between Florida and the Bahamas, but it was already north and supposedly getting ready to hook out to sea. Supposedly, he says. All right, so let's do this thing, shall we? Now, one thing I cannot show you, and that's a bummer. I am flying for FedEx Express Virtual. You can check them out here at this website. And they're a really good airline, great simplicity to it. I love it. Been with them 7-8 years, pretty close to when they launched. And I've just loved flying here. It's very simple, very easy to take. Rules. Their biggest rule is you got to fly from where you land unless you jump seat. Pretty simple. Aircraft, they do have substitutions when you can't find one. There's a listing for that. They do have events from time to time. Just a really good airline. Check them out there at www. Man, I haven't said that in a long time. www.fdxva.org. All right, let's bring Sim Toolkit in now that it's up and running. Also, just so you all know, this is the official scorekeeper for Flying with Mike on landings and all. Mainly because it gives a lot more information than the others do. And I know many of you go, oh, I don't need all that. Okay, fine. But it's free. And I have yet to find a piece in this puzzle that's payware. Where all those other ones, including the new one that we do show here, is also got payware in it. This is all free. And my hat's off to the developers here at Sim Toolkit. Oh, I might get a little surly and grumpy when the updates come flying at us back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Hang on, let me pick that needle up. Oh yeah, for some of those that don't know, there used to be record players, and there was this thing called a needle. That's how you got the music out of it. Sorry. Gotta always poke fun at the generation that doesn't even know what a payphone is. So, all right. So let's go to plan a flight. Up here, we could have planned this in SimBrief and brought it over by just clicking that. No, we're going to the advanced planner and we're going to do it here. And again, are you sure you don't want to load it from SimBrief? Yes. All right, KHII. Havasu to Phoenix. All right, and real flights. Yeah, there's actually a FedEx flight that actually, maybe not today, maybe not. Let's be, let's give them their due credit. 78, there it is. Why I picked 781, this is the Thranda version. All right, now call sign will be 811. Flight number CFS. Crud, I forgot it. Oh no, I didn't. 7801. Okay. We'll go Lido for this one. Reason being, I'm not too overly concerned here. 1953 sounds good. Let's go advanced and see if we got to change anything. CFS for Baron Aviation. 7801. Let's go 55. How's that sound? Now, before we go anywhere, if you want to put in a contingency, I highly recommend it, especially if you're going to fly with X-Plane 12 default scenery or default ATC. We came close to running out of fuel into here. It was that bad. Oh, man. Lord have mercy. Like I said, almost half the flight was spent just getting a very elongated 360 back to PXR to then fly out. Oh, that was rough. But that's called flying. And I may actually stick some extra fuel on this plane to be safe. All right, let's do it. We're going to go to Needles. I'll show it to you here. We're going to go special routing, Needles to Prescott, and join the Coyote 5 at Prescott. Auto, step climbs? Yeah, I don't think so. All right, let's look at our fuel. Is there anywhere where I can put in extra fuel? Okay, we'll go with whatever it gives us here. We don't have a payload. I thought we did. All right, well, we'll just create. Now, when you do that, that's not what I expected. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Dadgummit. Sorry, folks. Got to do it again. Hang on. Let's go advanced to start with. FDX 811. No, that's not what I wanted to do. 7801. Lido. You know what? We're just going to go to 2000. Even though we'll get out a lot earlier, 5%, 45 fuel factor's good. Give me 20 minutes to the runway, 10 minutes to the barn there. And V, there we go. This is what I should have clicked. Don't create a new plan, folks, because then you got to do this all. Oh, you know what? It also helps. KHII. 2. KPHX. Boom. Now everything's green. We're good. This is, again, what we should have clicked. Just checking everything. Now it's going to reach over to SimBrief, pull up this airplane, load the profile of it into this flight plan, and guess what? It goes where we normally go. Oh, yeah, we'll take the flight plan. Yes. Fly now. And you're going, oh, Mike, why don't we just go from here to here? Because in the real world, this is probably what you're facing. So you have to go over to Prescott and down. All right. Now, I did not check what runways we're using. Private. You gotta love it. Anyway, but right now, yeah, it's a little off. We'll bump some fuel up in it and all that good stuff. But yeah, currently our plan is to fly to Needles, currently on 3-2. So we're going to go straight for it, cross the mountain to Prescott, down the arrival into the Phoenix Basin. Okay, and land 2-5, probably left, not 2-6. We had that long taxi to them. Oh, it was fun. X-Plane 12 ATC can be really fun. All right. So let's look at it, shall we? Again, I'm telling you about it. This is what we're doing. Okay, 1,400 pounds of payload, that will be increased. Fuel, 987. I'm going to probably increase it. And 7 people. Consider the people cargo. There is no Cargomaster that I know of in here. We'll double check in between flights. Game plan, takeoff runway 32, land 25 left, not 26. Needles to Prescott, Coyote 5. And our cruise range will be 1900 RPMs. At 7,000, we'll check the maps, make sure that's doable. All right, there's your flight, folks, that you're used to. Here's the weather. It's a desert, so what do you expect? Yeah, clear skies. 87, almost 88 degrees, and no humidity. But to the defense, at this time of the year, that's actually not bad. Down in the Phoenix area, again, 85 degrees, winds are pretty well calm, and but we're not looking at a clear. We got a couple of clouds to scoot around at 8,000. Actually, according to this, they should be above us. We'll see. All right, so it looks like a fantastic flight. We start in Los Angeles Center and quickly transition into Albuquerque Center for those taking notes. And I'm just getting us up on VATSIM. We'll put down 100. Operator FDX. And I'm trying to see if there's anything else needed to be changed. Nope. All right. And we got it set for 2000. What time is it now? Perfect. A half hour to go. How about that, folks? You see how fast that happened? That's pretty good, huh? But we need to file. File. Okay. FedEx 811. And it's a C20, not 290, 08. Super Cargomaster. And 1014 will be our code. All right, so let's get back to the plane, shall we? I hit the wrong switches. Sorry, folks. There we go. All right, November 781 Fox Echo sits on the ground here. Believe it or not, way back here in the back in a hidden little cubby are the 2-3 cargo spots that come out, service the plane, then go back to wherever they're located here. It took a little bit to figure out where the heck FedEx parked here, but they do fly here routinely every day, every other day. And this is where they park. All right. So let's crawl up it. Oh, you know what? Let's take a look. This is the easiest way to close doors and get the plane set up. You can close them like that. You can. And we'll do it the fast way, don't worry. Weight and balance, it does not matter if you have anything opened or closed. Does not matter. All right, but I have a pre-save. Now, whatever you save in here, okay, when you set it up, if you click save, it will always come back, okay, by clicking load. In this case, we have 2,400 pounds of payload. Really 1,000 pounds more than we need. One pilot is all we need, but we're going to keep both. I have it set up primarily for Caravan passenger flying, but this works for the cargo as well. However, we are going to pump up the fuel to at least 1,000. Let me look at Sim Toolkit real quick here. All right, where are we? We're going to go with 1,100 pounds of fuel, little more than, and that's all you got to do. Make sure your oxygen's full, which I just did by clicking refuel, and we're ready to go. So we just go slink. Now I'm going to go ahead and say, okay, the ground crews have done their job. Now, one kind of critique I have for this plane, there's actually two. There should be a pogo stick. I really wish they put the pogo stick on it, and you could easily do it just like you do the chocks. But right here, there is no pogo stick. It doesn't matter if it's cargo or passenger. This aircraft is got a good chance of touching the ground with the tail. Now, in the simulation, no. In the real world, heck yes. Because right here, I think it is, that's the entryway for the passengers to get into the Grand Caravan or the Caravan. So when they're stepping, that tail could easily go down. That's why the pogo stick. Kind of wish they'd have simulated it, you know, to each their own. The other one, I'll show it to you real quick. This one annoys me. Vanishing gauges. That I wish they would fix. Or someone tell me how to fix it, and I'll fix it myself. All right, let's get these vents open. Also, turn your fuel tanks on. Why? Because you get a nasty gram if you don't. Okay, that one's open, and I haven't figured this one out. Why aren't both open? The many whys sometimes in the flight sim world. Okay. Be gone. I said be gone. Okay. We could put it back because I'm pretty well done with that side. Now over here, we'll get rid of it again. And we'll come back to it. All right, so we're ready to go to the next level. Let's get this thing fired up and ready to go. All right, per the checklist, before start engine, pre-flights check, weight and balance check, door handles closed and locked. Packs brief, yeah, we told the boxes that if we hit the ground, we're leaving you aboard. Sorry, not taking you. Parking brake set. That is the lever right here. Make sure it's pulled out. big controversy over do we put the props full forward or not. We're going to follow the checklist, so you all can continue to talk about it as much as you want. Ignition is normal. I know, very hard to read compliments of the sun. It's this one right here. And radar's off, air conditioning's off, circuit breakers all in, and emergency power is in the normal position. Again, props full forward, fuel conditions red all the way back to idle cutoff, flap switch up. And guess what? We are ready to start thinking about kicking it over. Again, flap switch up. Okay, there is no, is there a indication or not? Set 400 here for the radar altimeter. Okay, back out, fire detect. Okay, good. And let's get our avionics readied. Hang on a second. While we're here, let's do it right. Well, kind of, sort of. I could look it up on the map. 122.7. Right. Up we go, and then I'll set this one to Unicom. Okay. And we said our 1014. 1 0 1 4. Okay, we're set and ready to go there. Only thing we have left to do is put our flight plan in, and I just kind of do it the easy way. HI, there it is. Enter. There it is. We'll pull this one up. Do the same thing, and I do it simple so we can get going quicker. Now, I have this one as a backup just in case. So up here, we're going to needles first. Okay, so let me get the, let me just see that we're on. Okay, good. Sky Vector. And KPHX, just putting it in real quick. Kind of curious what it gives. Oh, it does it? No. That's right. DRK. Okay, so we need to set a frequency. Where the heck are you? There you are, 15.2. Okay, so we'll push 15, he says. Next one is Prescott. Drake 14.1. Okay, Now, we got that one set. Let's put this one in. I think you see why I did what I did. And let's put in Phoenix. $15,600. All right, and push that back up. All right, we're ready to go. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready for this? I sure am. And look, we're 15 minutes still. We got the airplane programmed and ready to go. Let's close that door. Get the air conditioning running. All right. Engine start time. Okay, battery is on. Voltmeter looks good. Emergency power props clear. Oh, clear prop. Area is clear. Okay, fuel boost to on. And crank it. All right, start switch off. We are engines, gauges all check out good. All right, while we warm up, I'm going to go ahead and kick on the onboard air. Okay, we got everything up and running. Heating, ventilation, radios are set. Brakes, we'll check as we taxi out. All right. We wanted to, oh, we need to get the altimeter here. All right, how did I get the altimeter? Let's go to the charts program. It's the easiest way to do this. If you have this program, yeah, it costs, I know, but it does pay for itself. Right now in Lake Havasu, 250 at 8, 10-mile visibility, clear, 2993. Okay, altimeter 2993 and 13 degree dew point, so it is dry. All right, reporting to Phoenix. We are visual approaches 26 ILS or visual 25 left. They're departing 25 right. And of course, there will be some 26ers, which works great for us because FedEx is at the end of 25 left on the left. All right. And there you see the route. We're cutting across here and then down. Real quick, the Coyote 5, we'll go ahead, grab it while we're here. We're gonna, where are we here? Sorry, oh, here we are. We're gonna come up to Needles, which is not very far from here. I think we're showing it 13 miles. And then we're gonna go direct to DPK or DRK. And then follow the Coyote down. Let's first check something. No restrictions on type of aircraft. Just need a radar and a DME. So Coyote. Okay, so we got to get the Coyote. So here's DRK. Hat trick. What altitudes, if any, are we reporting? Okay, they want us at 7,000, but the minimum is 10,000. Guess what? We're going to need to go up. Minimums are 14, turbojets, props, 11,000 here. Here is a brusher, I believe. Yeah, brusher. And then we head in vectoring for this runway. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to file higher. So, just going to see if anything helps me here. Minimum safes are 14, so that's what we're going to do. And that means we're going to go up here. Oxygen's already on. Good. Let's do it. Cool. All right, here we go. FedEx 811. Lake Havasu traffic, FedEx 811. Type Cargomaster, taxi to runway 32 for a north departure. All right, and I think since the beta came out, flight dynamics are a little better with it. Or maybe I've flown it enough, I've finally gotten used to it. I don't know. But anyway, here we go. Taxi out runway 32. We'll get out here on Alpha and head on down. Bravo. Again, this is an uncontrolled airport, so nice 8,000-foot runway to work with. Yeah, I forgot those little doors. Okay, flaps 20. All right, when we get down here to the end, we'll do our run up. And actually, yeah, we'll do the run up. Normally, a lot of times with this plane, I won't. Ah, look at that. They got a little run up area for us over here in Alpha 1. We'll take it. Okay, brake is set. All right, Elevon radio. Okay, we'll do a quick freedom of movement. Okay, they're good. Fuel tanks are great. Power check, such everything's looking good. Power level, let's take her up. Foot-pounds. Okay, pitot heats on. Okay, everything's set. Fuel pump on. Okay, that's in. Windows closed. Brake release. Fuel to high. Lake Havasu traffic, FedEx 811 taking off 3-2. Here we go. Lake Havasu traffic, FedEx 811's airborne, departing towards Needle. All right, we're climbing out. Best climb 110 to 120. We're right there. And away we go. Looks like LA Center came up, so I don't know if I'm going to need to chat with them or not. All right, so we are on our way, ladies and gentlemen. We've got, at this point, an hour flight, which I kind of figured, to get over towards there because of that trek to Prescott, but we got to go higher, too. So we'll see how this all plays out. But we're 5 miles from Needles, getting through 4,300, and beautiful flight. Let's take a look outside. Our speeds come down a little. Get our torque back up. Really? Okay. That must be somebody really bored. LA Center, FedEx 811 type Caravan off Lake Havasu for Phoenix.
FedEx 811 LA Center, radar contact welcome. Climb and maintain 7,000, verify altitude.
FedEx 811 climbing through 5,500 for 7,000. Somebody very bored.
Los Angeles Center, Delta 2435, passing 2,000 feet, climbing to 11,000 feet.
Delta 2435, LA Center, radar contact, climb and maintain, flight level 380.
Climb and maintain, flight level 380, Delta 2435.
Center, speed for activity for here, hold it to right there, to left. Speed for 283, heavy taxi to parking at Hotel Juliet Charlie, cross room 25 right, Juliet. Hotel Juliet Charlie, cross 25 right there, Juliet to the parking, speed for activity for heavy.
All right. I truly have no idea why this radar doesn't work. But it doesn't work. That's my other nitpickiness. All right, so we're on our way. We're going to call 7,000 home right now, clear him. We'll get up a little higher to handle.
1240, Oakland Center closed, frequency change approved. See ya.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day. Thanks a lot.
Delta 2506, SoCal approach now online for continued ATC services. Contact SoCal approach. They already know that you have a landing clearance in LA.
Perfect, thank you. We'll hit them up. Delta 2506.
Delta 2506 record. You can switch frequencies to SoCal and 128.05.
2805, Delta 20. There we are. Oh my god, I forgot. 2506.
Speedbird 283 Heavy, monitor SoCal approach 128.05.
Why are they monitoring? Are they too high? Interesting terminology here. I'm trying to figure out. Oh wow, a DC-6 making its way to Van Nuys. Wow, very cool. Just looking at that radar. I wish I could put it up because yeah, it's kind of cool. Not sure who will, unless they're talking to people on the ground. That could be. That could be a little confusing, but that's okay. We're headed to Phoenix.
Olympic 148, Palmdale altimeter 299er, descend at pilot's discretion to cross links, add and maintain 900,000.
Oh no, I think Phoenix tiled in. I think that one's Phoenix. Yeah. All right, we're 81 miles from joining the arrival. All right, again, hope you all have had a great start to your week. Look on the bright side, you're one day closer to the weekend, and we thank you for flying with us. Really tropical weather, nothing going on. The one storm threatening is supposedly gonna hook. A lot of rain coming to the coastal areas of South Carolina, maybe North Carolina. But we'll see how the rest of that pans out. But for us, clear skies. Beautiful day here in the same.
American 45, we can fly level 310.
Beautiful day in the Gateway area, and hope you all enjoy.
American 45 Tango LA Center, descend at pilot's discretion to cross hogs, add and maintain flight level 250.
Descend, cross hogs, flight level 250, American 45 Tango.
FedEx 811, Albuquerque, center closed, frequency change approved. See ya.
Over to Unicom, FedEx 811. Thanks. Have a great day.
Number 77.
Again, don't know really why he had to control me, but yeah, okay, whatever. Now let's get to the brass tacks of things. Minimum is 8,000. Why did we do that? Let's go to 11,000. Be right back. All right, I'm back. What'd I miss? Let's see here. Absolutely nothing. There we go. Get you back online here. Yeah, we're just trying to get over these hills. Now, the good thing is we're about 60 miles from Prescott, Arizona. Then it's all downhill to Phoenix. So, have you got your stream up and running?
Nope.
Oh, there's some clouds. Oh, like our radar is going to do anything. It shows nothing. Let's see. Go to the map mode and nothing. But birds.
Did they only update it in certain planes?
What do you mean?
Like the weather radar?
For
Or they do all
X-plane, or this is Thranda. So Thranda would actually have to make it work. Now, X-plane made it work supposedly for all of their aircraft with capability. So if you got a G1000 cockpit, I believe it works in it.
all the default planes have it?
Should, minus like the Cub, aircraft that don't have the G1000. So you'll look at it in a Cirrus. I think there's a Baron and a 172 with the 1000 in it, but that Lanker will have it. What other airplanes
Are you
ended?
talking about that one little, like
The Bush planes will not have it.
it looks like a baby beluga.
Oh, the jet
Yeah, whatever. it
with
is.
that engine on top.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has, I believe, a G1000 cockpit, so it should. Keyword should. And I may try flying some of them. The problem is I just don't know how to use that glass cockpit they have. This is my style right here. What the Piper Arrow that I fly at, that's my style. You start getting complex like those. Oh. I'll need a flight instructor to teach me what I need to do. Okay, lights are off. Let's see if I can grab an altimeter out here. Let's see. We're somewhere in here. Closest one, we'll just key off Prescott. That'll be 3018. Wow, got the altitude real quick. Did you see that? Wow, man, that was great.
Yeah, it is.
No, my altimeter was 2993 out of Lake Havasu. It's now 3018 in Prescott. Now, granted, that's still some 50 miles ahead. And anytime you move the altimeter setting up, your altitude goes up. If you move it down, your altitude will go down. So it just brought me right up to 11,000. All right, we are on course, and like I said, 50 miles out of Prescott. Are we? No, we're not in the Grand Canyon area, are we? I've actually never flown over it in the sim. Yep, we are a long way away. I just started seeing these gorges here, this whatever river's running through here, and I thought we might be in the Grand Canyon. I'll tell you another good airport to look for. You were asking about GA. Sedona,
It's the donut.
Arizona. Fun approach. Little tough in the Citation 10, but we went in there once.
Is it like Telluride?
A little bit. I don't want to say, but Telluride, I've come in from the east to the west, flying that RNAV that cuts you in kind of tight. So with the Citation, so. But yeah, those two are good GA airports for you, especially at 9,000 feet MSL above sea level.
Yeah, I tried landing there once.
Yeah, that'd be a good one for a Cessna if you can, if the density altitude will let you get in there.
Yeah. Try with the 20, it didn't work out too well.
I've actually gotten the 319 and 320 in there, but the Citation 10 was fun. Same with Sedona.
That was the first time I ever flown in there, though. That's probably why I had issues.
Well, my first flight into Telluride was straight in west to east, so that was easy. The only thing you gotta get used to is that slope. Oh. Trying to think of some more. I mean, I've flown into a couple out east, but nothing really earth-shattering. Like I said, your best would be Downwind Sim and Mike Fox. Those two probably, Mike more than any of them, because he is pretty much X-plane only.
Does he have a website?
Let me check.
Like Downwind Sim does?
He has a Discord channel.
I know he's got a Discord
always ask him. Looking at his Twitch page, no. But it very well could be one when he streams that comes up. Streams from Central Ohio. That's what it says on his page.
On a Discord or on the
Actually on the Twitch page. All right, folks, welcome into Flying with Mike. Second flight of the day, flying a Caravan. Flying from Lake Havasu, California to Phoenix, Arizona. Real world FedEx flight. They do this every so often. I didn't look at FlightAware to see when the last was. It's been in the last couple of days. But yeah, fun flight here. The real world or sim brief put us at 7,000 feet. That's kind of iffy because we got minimums up here 14 on the approach. We'll find out. We're about 20 to 27 miles out from the turn to start in on the Coyote 5. But welcome aboard. Thank you for joining us. If you're new, hit that follow button. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And give us a thumbs up if you like what you see. Currently looking at about 30 minutes to the Phoenix area. On with us is original Godspeed OG, and come on into Discord. Love to chat with you. One. Do what?
It's gonna take you that long to get that out.
Yeah. Well, and also if you're on YouTube, by the way, if you want to catch us live, look for us Mondays and Fridays at around 11 o'clock Central U.S. time. That's 1600 Zulu. That's all the math I'm going to give you to figure out what time. You'll have to do the conversion to your time zone. But we'd love to see you. So, yeah, we're coming into Prescott right now in about 20 miles. Oh yeah, I forget. There's no windows on this plane. And if you're ever in the Phoenix area, there was a pretty cool train. It's about an hour and a half, 2-hour drive out of Phoenix up here to the mountains. Takes you not to the Grand Canyon, but it takes you through a canyon. It was pretty fun. That was a fun train ride that me and my wife did. We just didn't feel we were up for the 4, 5, 6-hour drive to the Grand Canyon. So we copped out for something half the distance and enjoyed that train ride. That's a cool airport too for you. I've flown into it once. See if I can find it. All right, where are you? Interstate. Okay, there's Scottsdale. Right there's the interstate. Oh, now I can't find it. Heck, now I can't even find Sedona. That would help me. Oh well, can't find it. Oh, who put these clouds? Godspeed? Are you playing with the clouds again?
No, Austin is.
Oh, now they're gone. Out of curiosity, at altitude, what is our air temperature? Ooh, about 35 degrees. Wish I could remember that airport. Because we were up in the Sedona area. It was a neat little town to visit too if you ever got to Phoenix. That's why I would love to find it. Okay, there's Sedona. There it is. Cottonwood. Papa 52. 3,500 foot runway for you.
I think that's going to be enough runway for you.
Not, well, for this thing, piece of cake.
I don't know. You might need a hook of some sort.
Nah. Trying to think what I flew in there. Was it the King Air or was it? Or did I just piddle around it because I thought it was a neat? I think I just piddled around in a Cessna or the Arrow or something like that. All right, we're about to join the Coyote 5 arrival. Let me go ahead and bring that up here. Actually, let me do this. That'll make it even better for you. I thought I was on it. There we go. All right. What I did is just put this on as an overlay so you can see both ATC, other traffic in the area, and so forth. No ATC right now in our area. There's Prescott, PRC. We'll be coming down towards Mayhem and into Phoenix. So pretty simple arrival. Probably gonna visual in for 25 left unless controllers come up between now and then. We're 28 minutes out. Who knows? A lot of time for one to think about it. We'll see. But yeah, that's what we've got ahead of us. Now, just to let you know there, Godspeed. Right there where the purple mark is, that's Sedona. And this one's Cottonwood.
Okay.
Two good airports for you.
Sweet.
All right, let me take a look at my chart. The only one below 11,000 is Brusher. Okay. Hey, we're at 11,000, so we got that one made. And we should be able to pull in Phoenix PXR. That'll be $78 miles off the nose. Headed, final heading into it'll be 160. Now I'm going to explain. Those with private pilot's license will understand what and potentially instrument will understand what I'm about to explain. Why are we flying? Hang on. This has still got to come around. Getting my headings set up just in case. Real quick. Okay, just put a chart in there for me for reference. Okay, so if you look over here, make sure my cursor is doing what it's supposed to since I've set it up for this. You're going to see that we're tracking PXR. Technically, we're actually tracking off of Prescott behind us. When we get to Mayer up here, we're going to be tracking the heading of 160 down to Phoenix. Why does it say 331? Anyone out there know? Feel free to comment. Love to see if you know. I know my instrument folks out there will know this. And private pilot real world should know this. The radial, for those of you that are not real private pilots or real instrument, is actually the outbound radial. So you're tracking inbound on the 33 right now would be 331 to Phoenix if we turn to it. So it's kind of confusing, yes. But if you look at your gauge down here, you see how the to from is pointing to. It's 160, and that may change. It looks like could be more 150. We'll find out. We'll find out who's right here in a minute. All right. Oh, wait, what's DRK? Okay, let's track that one. Current track 130. Ish. There we go. As we bust out of the clouds. Okay, there is, according to Navgraph, no weather in our area. All right, really, the next altimeter setting is going to be Deer Valley Airport. That's what I was, not Deer Park, Deer Valley Airport in Phoenix. So what are we here again? 3016. All right, so once we cross Brusher, we can begin our descent. So we'll just hang tight here. I'm gonna All right, there you can see, there's the straight run to Phoenix, right down the valley. And I'm here to tell you, it was kind of cool driving back on mountain roads when we were out there to see that it was a straight drop. Now, the cool thing about I-15 out of Phoenix towards Flag, even though we didn't get to Flagstaff, it told you the altitude you were at along the way. That was pretty cool. Not like, and then I'll bet you if there was a rest area somewhere, it'd probably have the tree thing telling you what trees, or you could tell what altitude you are by the trees. Some pretty cool stuff if you take it in on long haul drives like that. Okay, Weebad is next, then Coyote, and then we can start our descent. We got to be below 11,000 at Brusher. So we'll start our descent to Coyote. Hope you've all enjoyed flying the little old Caravan like that. And I will tell you, when I went to Flagstaff, you all saw that a couple weeks ago. And we're going to have to redo this flight too. Doggone it. Didn't start ACARS. Just realized that. Oh well. Well, darn it, we'll have to fly it again. Or fly to a different place. You know, we had fun on this one, so who knows? Lake Havasu was a pretty cool airport to fly out of. We may just do this offline, try it with ATC and see what happens. Start a nice gentle descent to 8,000 and then steepen it up here as we get closer. Yeah, fuel's looking a whole lot better on this run. Okay, back to Coyote. All right, we are inbound for the airport, folks. I don't have it in sight. I don't even have the city in sight yet. But I will warn you, if you do drive where we did, whew, there's a lot of nothing all around you. A lot of nothing. That's all the lights you get to figure out where you're going. But again, hope you enjoyed the flight from Lake Havasu over to Prescott, then down to Phoenix. That's the route we took. And looks like the monsoon weather has kind of eased itself up here in the Phoenix area. Boy, they had some pictures reminiscent of St. Louis, 93 and several since, where water is just shooting out of the drains in the roads. I mean, just fountain upon fountain, every one blowing manhole covers off and all of that good stuff. So yeah, they're welcome to the rainy season, as they'll say. All right, we're gonna come on down. Let's see. First off, what's the airport at altitude-wise? If we come down to 5,000, that should be okay. Again, we're planning 25 left. ILS will use it, but we're going to try for a visual. Unless, of course, someone comes up and says, All right, now, the airport, you'll see out here in the distance a bit of mountain rise here. It's past that. So, we've got a ways to go still. But we are starting to get into the metro area. All right, we're coming into 5,000 feet. Scottsdale kind of over to your left, and Deer Valley either in front of us or slightly to our right. So we'll be the airport. All right, let's get ready or start our landing check. Seatbelts are on. Fuel selectors are on. Prop will go to max as we get past these hills. And condition levers up. Radar to standby. Radar doesn't work. And we'll get the autopilot turned off here. Okay, we're 17 miles from the airport. .9. Let's see here. Possibility of seeing the airport right now, but I know it is gonna be off to the left of the VOR, so we'll kind of wait till we clear these hills. Let's see if we can see Scottsdale over here, airport. There's Scottsdale Airport. That's a cool one to fly to. Deer Valley. I haven't flown to that one. Where is it? Hang on, let me pull up my sectional. Oh, we already passed it. Right behind us. That looks like that could be fun too. There's Scottsdale. That's a cool airport. Neat approaches. Almost think it's off. Find out. Should be. Well, no, we're still about 4,000 by the way, folks, I know the aircraft could seem pretty loud to you. I forgot to show this off. I just turned it down in my ears, but no, if you click the phones, it's like putting your headset on. But of course, when you go outside, well, it is going to be loud. How far is PXR from the airport? Let's plan for there. Okay. All right. We got the airport in sight. Sure enough, that's the airport right over there. Let's descend down, actually, our plane. Yeah, Phoenix area traffic, FedEx 811. We're entering a left downwind for 25 left. Kinda, sorta. Level off around 2,500 feet and then turn inbound. Actually, these canals fascinated me. I don't know what river system they get that from. All right. Phoenix area traffic, FedEx 811 turning right base for 25 left. It's like night and day since the updates. This tall building is set up for final. Actually, we're going to have to do it this way. And Phoenix area traffic, FedEx 811, final for 25 left. First notch. Watch your flaps. All right, wind here. Calm, it looks like. Phoenix area traffic, FedEx 811 off 25 left to FedEx. Okay, ice protection. And low idle to the ramp. All right, now we're gonna taxi and park the way that we should here. Now, unfortunately, here, let me show you what we're going to do. We're off the runway, so we're not causing any troubles. Okay. These aircraft would park here. So we're going to come down hotel, turn at the first intersection, come in, and we're just going to try to do our best to park it there. How's that sound? No, otherwise, you go to park, and when we fire up the next time, we'll be at spot 1. So here we go.
I wonder what the difference is between the regular version of X-Plane and the professional version.
I don't know. I'm kind of, other than some money. Yeah, I don't know. fuel truck isn't. Oh, he is gonna should stop for us. He is not. Don't you cut it out, fuel truck. The only bad thing is you don't have the painted spots to work with. So that's why I have to use the charts program zoomed in. Oh well, not as bad as I thought it was. Actually, alright, we are parked in where the caravans and the ATRs and the sky couriers would park. Tom DX12, what up? Hello, hello, hello. Sorry if I missed you earlier. Do have a question since one of my streamers out there love asking about airport markings. You've got a line right here. What does that mean? Now, this is applicable to those of you who wonder why sometimes ATC says you can push back, call me at such and such for continued taxi. What is that marking? What is that line delineate?
Safe zone?
Nope. Anyone out there free to ask? It is. Hang on, I'm going to give it a little bit. I know we have some private pilots out there. Come on, you should know your ground markings. Painted lines. See if I can get a better view for you. Again, we're talking this line right here. Yellow line, solid, dashed.
Is that like a line for only like the vehicles and stuff drive?
Nope. That would be these white lines. That's where they're supposed to stay.
I have no idea.
Okay, I'm just waiting to see if anyone's going to try. We've got several viewers out there, so. All right, well, I'll go ahead and give the answer, and those of you on YouTube, well, sorry, didn't get a chance to chime in. That is the delineation of the movement area. What the movement area is where any vehicle, person, on the airport must be in contact on this side of that line. This side of the line, you're free to move about without talking to ground. That is why I gave that caveat. You can push back, get started, and pull up to it, and then call for taxi. So that is the boundary line for the movement area. Anything towards the runway. Now, if you look at it, you got a solid line, which we don't cross. The dotted line means you could come off the taxiway right in and not have to talk. Well, you'll already be on ground and switch off. Either to a terminal network, or you don't have to be talking to anyone. But that is your movement area boundary line. Now, up here where you see 7 right, 25 left, they too have a boundary line. The hold short line, it's 2 solid yellow, or 2 lines solid yellow, 2 dashed lines running across. Now, you could have the light configuration or not that you see there. You could have what they call wigwags, also helping to delineate where it is. And you've got your hold short markings here, your 7 right, 25 left. So, and their black is the taxiway you're on, Hotel 4 at that point. So, a little bit of knowledge brought out.
So basically, I was somewhat like listening. So basically, what you just said was something about that line. Like once you cross that line, you gotta switch off to a different.
When you come off the taxiway, so the taxiway is on this side.
Okay.
When you roll off onto this ramp, you don't have to be talking to them. To roll from where I am onto the taxiway, I could technically block the road, but if I cross that line, that's an incursion on that taxiway. And you need to be talking to tower, ground, whoever in VATSIM, but in the real world, you'd be talking to ground. Irregardless aircraft type.
Don't you need to be talking to ground, like being pushed back?
Nope. Not if that line exists. I know, it sounds kind of weird. Now, at this airport, I don't know what it looks like over at the terminals. But here, yeah, you could push back and start, and you'd be good to go. Matter of fact, great airport, for example, New Orleans. That whole terminal is like the airport I worked at. It's completely not in the movement area. So every pushback can occur without communications. Now, you might talk to a ramp controller for your airline or something to that effect, but you do not have to talk to ground control or tower to get across that line. To get across the line ahead of us, where you see the yellow lights going on and off, you have to be in contact with the tower. You incurred that runway, you're in a lot of trouble. That one hurts. This one will hurt, but not as bad.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Go for it. But yeah, you do not have to call for push and start if you're not in the movement area. My airport, they didn't. Matter of fact, a lot of times they didn't call until they rounded the corner and began heading up to the main taxiway. Again, that's where the boundary was. And in that area is when they would call for it. Speaking of which, let's shut this thing down. We burned a lot of fuel here. All right, shut down, parking brake set, avionics, oof. Standby power, oof. Fuel boost, oof, 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 oof. Love that. Gotta love it. The only time you would talk to anyone in ATC is to get your clearance. Now, they may tell you to, but by technicality, that movement line, you really don't have to. Now, in our situation where we're positioned, yeah, we'd talk to ground because few feet in front of us is the taxiway. But we wouldn't push back. We'd go straight ahead. We go that way. All right, so we are in. Let's take a look here. Since we didn't fly for the airline, dang it. Let's take a look at our, and we didn't even get something going with Elevatech. Struck out there. So, Sim Toolkit. Probably the only reason we're tracking anything on Sim Toolkit is we built the flight here. 252 feet per minute, 74 knots. Really, that's good numbers. Where did we land? I mean, with this beta update that they just did, 1.10, I think it is, it's phenomenal. Ah. Okay. So here it is. Lake Havasu, Phoenix, 252. I love that already. There's what we flew. Here come the details. Hour, 43-minute flight, 135 miles, 220 kilograms. Well, we landed at 2.0 G's. Sure didn't feel that rough. And 74 knots, so we'll take it. It's not like the packages are gonna complain. All right, here's 25 left. Hey, we got the right call here. 2,000 feet down the runway, 11 feet off the center line. Okay, I could have done better there. But, you know, quite frankly, you can land long, get permission to do that, roll off like we did, and be able to park a lot easier. Oh, that's why I couldn't find them. I'm like, where are my Caravans? There they are. So you get an idea. That's what it looks like when they're in. And then the other FedEx aircraft go here. All right, well, folks, that's going to be a wrap. This guy has got to get some food, and we've got a meeting to get to later tonight, but that is going to be a wrap. We thank you so much for flying with us. I want to thank Jonah Lacey for subscribing with Prime and following, along with Felix MV19. Thank you all. Thank everyone for coming aboard today, Flying with Mike. It has been my honor and pleasure as always. I really hope you have a blessed week. And, try and keep this in mind as you go through your week. Well, he says that and then it won't move. There it goes. You know what? It's a lot easier if I just do this. It's being stubborn. All right. For this flight, the verse of the day is, it really is simple what the gospel message is. For God made Christ, who never sinned, to be the offering for our sins, so that we could be made right with God through Christ. That, folks, right there tells you the whole gospel. God sent his son. God so loves the world that he gave his only son, that whoever shall believe shall have everlasting life. But don't just take verse 16 of John 3:16. That's what everybody knows. Go to the next one. God didn't send his son to condemn us. We're already condemned, folks. We're already condemned to death because of sin. He sent him to save us from sin. And that's what he did on the cross for you. When you're having bad times, when you're having a bad day, when things are just, and you blow it. Christ is still there to help you pick up those pieces of sin and know that they've been paid for by his blood. And then just try to do better. We can't be perfect. We can't be Jesus. Jesus is Jesus. God is God. We are just mere human. We are going to fail. We are going to screw up. But trust in Jesus, and you'll find things get a little easier. I'm not going to say, whoa, it becomes this marvelous, oh, my bed of roses we're on. No, it helps. It comes in, it calms you. Many times in my life, when things begin to spiral, I take it to Jesus, I take it to God and say, what the heck is going on? And slowly, over time, it begins to stop the spiral. And then I get under it and figure out what's going on with the help of God. So keep that in mind this week. I know I have to. Oh, my goodness. Oh, do I have to. So you all have a blessed week. And we'll be back at it for sure Friday. And as you've seen, our next flight on Friday, if you haven't, is, well, oh, man, this guy really can't type. Holy mackerel. There we go. And that is not a typo, folks. We are going to fly out of San Francisco to Honolulu, Hawaii, in the Fearless 747-200. We haven't done it in a couple of weeks, so why not take the girl, the queen of the sky, up in the air and let her stretch her legs out. So we'll see you for sure Friday. Who knows? Maybe during the week. I might just pop up and do a stream right then, right there. So enjoy your week. God bless you all. And we'll see you for sure Friday, if not sooner. See you then.